Hello friends. Now I explain the concept number 4 relating to the second program. This is flow of execution of functions. You must have thorough knowledge over this. First, let us consider how it is applied in real life. In real life, we engage several specialists. Suppose if you want to construct a house, then you appoint number of specialists: architect, engineer, mason, transporter, plumber, carpenter, a welder, electrician, etc. and all that. Then how house is constructed? By collective contribution of all these specialists, your house is constructed. Analogically, functions play the same role like specialists in the real life. That you have to understand. So now when multiple functions are there, actually C is a function oriented programming language. Main is a main function. It represents a main task. In order to get its subtask done, it calls several other functions. They may be library functions or user defined functions. For example, main function in every program invariably it is calling clear screen. What for? Clearing the monitor screen, output screen. It is calling scanf function. It is calling printf function, scanf for reading, printf for writing. So now if you compare the house construction and the main function, the analogically those are executed in same fashion. That point you have to understand. Now when multiple functions are there in a program, how those are executed? That is called a flow of execution of functions. As I told you already, main is a caller function. Main caller function. It calls several other functions. Those are called callee functions or called functions. Just I call for the sake of integrity and uniformity. I call caller and callee functions. So now first let us consider a real life example. Thereafter let us consider the programming example. Now this is you. You are the main. Now you want to shift your house. So for that purpose, you require three types of specialists. Which are those specialists? First one are packers. Packer, lifter, and mover. Okay, one thing you must consider. These three jobs may be done by one person or one team of persons, but when they are packing, those are called packers. When they are lifting, those are lifters. When they are moving or transporting, those are movers. In that way, you have to consider. Now, how job is executed? You called packer first. Packer completes his job and reports to you. In turn, you call lifter. Then lifter completes his job and reports to you. Thereafter, a mover, transporter transports the things and reports to you. This is the process. So the same flow of execution is done in programming. So that you have to understand very clearly. Now you see, this is main. This is main function. Main function is having some statement. After that, it is calling fun1, means function 1 it calls. Okay, fun1 it calls. Thereafter some statements are there, like fun2 it calls, fun1, fun2 it calls. Thereafter some statements are there. Then fun3 it calls. Okay, now why it is calling many means already I showed you example. You are calling packers, lifters and movers. Like that, main, you call different functions. Now how flow of execution happens? Now this is function 1 definition, this is function 2 definition, this is function 3 definition. Fun 1 definition, and fun 2 definition, fun 3 definition. Okay, now you see statements are like this. In every body of the function, we are writing statements. Those are like this. Now, how these are executed. This point very, very important. Then only you can clearly, pragmatically understand the functionality of functions in a program. Now we see main, control center into the main, 1, 2, 3, it executes. Immediately it encounters a function call. Whenever a function call is encountered, control goes into the corresponding function definition. Immediately stops its work and goes to the function 1 definition. This is a function 1 definition. Then whatever statements are there in the body, it executes. Then that is over. Then it comes back. Then control comes back to the main where exactly stopped the work. Then 1, 2, 3. It executes. Thereafter, immediately it finds function 2 call. Then it stops its work in the main and goes to function 2 definition 1, 2, 3, 4. It executes. Thereafter, it comes back to the main where exactly stopped the work and start doing the remaining statements. Then it finds the third function call, that is function 3. Then immediately it jumps into function definition of function 3 definition 1, 2, 3, 4. Then again comes back and goes to other statement, remaining statement 1, 2, 3. Then all the statements are executed in the main function, and as a result of that, main task is performed. So always remember this point. Whenever a function call is encountered, the control shifts from the caller function to callee function and completes the whole job of callee function and comes back to the caller function and does the rest of the statements until it encounters another function call.